Hey, supreme appreciation, value, gratitude. If you're listening to this, thank you. And wholeness to you for real. I just wanted to get on here and say something real quick. I really don't know how long it's gonna be. I'm just gonna let it rip. We in a time right now that's similar to a time we were in 3 years ago. Similar to a time over the past few years actually, but right now it's pivotal. Right now, if you remember how shit went 3 years ago, last year, the year before, however the fuck, right now you should be able to be at a point where your discernment and shit, it gotta be top tier. It gotta be top tier. You should be able to see through shit way easier because at this point, like these motherfuckers not even trying with y'all no more. Like, seriously, they're not even trying no more. At this point right now, not even to say that all the other times wasn't the same, but at this point, they pretty much just like slapping you in the face with bullshit. And a lot of y'all fall for it. I need you to understand, overstand, exostand everything that you see, right? Don't just listen to shit and take it. Don't just see shit and take it. Sit on that shit for real. Even this right now, like even if I tell you some shit, you should be able to sit there with that and be like, all right, so what I really feel when this was said, or what does that mean for me? Like what is the meaning behind that for me? Personalize that shit. Internalize that shit. Feel that shit. Don't fall for none of the bullshit that's coming out because it's complete bullshit. And it's actually pretty wild to me to see a lot of people who claim to be at a certain point that are still feeding distractions to people that look up to them. Like if you sit there constantly talking about what's a distraction, is this a distraction, what are they distracting me from, then you're distracted. You're distracted. You should not even have that question. You shouldn't even need to ask what's a distraction, what are the, you should just be moving on you anyways. On you anyways, because if you needed to know what the distraction was, why the distraction was, where the distraction was, all of that, whatever the fuck, then clearly you don't know where you're at. You don't know where you're at right now because you shouldn't even be able to vibe that low to be like, yo, what they trying to distract me from, what they trying to keep me from knowing, all of that. Come on. Come on. Stop falling for the okie doke. Stop falling for those who use these big ass words and all of that shit to make you feel like they giving you the game, yet they using shit in a way that it's kind of still putting you below them, you know? A lot of people sit there and they watch people or they listen to people in hopes of some help, in hopes of some guidance, right? And don't even get me started on that. But they sit there and then this person be sitting there giving them all types of stuff, not even really realizing that they're running around the whole time around the subject that you asked them to expound upon, right? So you'll sit there, you'll hear somebody, and they'll be like saying that, yo, this is what I studied and all of this, and this, that, and the third, giving you extreme, lengthy, long-winded talks And in the midst of that, you're not even realizing that you checked out. Mentally, you checked out. And people know this. People know this because you got to really understand that if someone sits there and tell you all of this that they studied, and when they tell you that they studied the brain and all that, they know that at a certain point, you're going to check out, right? So what they're feeding at that point, you're not really thinking about, you're not really listening to, you're not going to do your own research because they're going to keep telling you that this is my research. You could look it up. You could look it up. That's the trick right there. Saying that this is something that you can look for yourself, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to do it. I advise you to note everything and look into everything. Do your own work for you, right? So after they long wind you, right? And you kind of bored, but you think you're paying attention, but you're not. None of this shit is being retained. It didn't matter because your brain clicked off. They'll hit you with something that's familiar. Now your brain can start to relate to it. Now it's kicking back in. Now they're going to hit you with some shit that you're going to feel. And you can be like, yeah. Now you amped up because now you understand what the fuck is being said. So now you can relate. So now you feel empowered. But you don't even realize that the whole time they okie doked your ass in the beginning. So discern everything. Discern everything. Literally, man. Literally. I don't want nobody to sit here and come to me and be like, yo, man, I've been waiting to hear from you. Gotta get some knowledge from you. No, man. If you want to talk, we build together. I don't want to be the all for you, right? Because I'm sitting here talking to you in hopes that you become the all for yourself. I know who I am. I know that I am. I know all of this. My goal is to get you to know you. You'll see me. You'll feel me. That's what makes you come to this part and be like, yo, I gotta know. But don't be don't be a information junkie. Don't be a fucking consciousness junkie. Don't be an awareness junkie. Don't be a spirituality junkie. You gotta take that shit and you gotta apply that shit. And if it cannot be applied, and if it's garbage, throw it away. If it cannot be applied, but you feel like there's going to be a point where you can get that out, store it away. Store it away. Don't just throw it out if you feel like it's valuable, right? It just may not fit you in that particular time, but it may get there sometime. You may get there. You might have a moment and you be like, oh, that's what this man was talking about. That's what he was saying when he meant this, that, and the third. All right, cool. Now that I'm in this situation, now I can see how I move around it. Don't sit there and be like, yo, this is how he did it. Let me do it the same way. That ain't how it works. We are not the same. We are not the same. A lot of us are not the same. A lot of us don't even vibe the same way. We're not even on the same frequency right now. I can be seriously sitting here talking to individuals that may very well be bots. You may very well be lost, but you don't know that because it's coded in you to mirror the trends. It's coded in you to mirror the individuals who are waking up. That's a code. And I don't even want to sit there and talk to people like that, because if you feel me, if you hear me, then you know. I'm not finna sit here and say that all of you, but if you got to sit there and wonder if you was a bot or not, if that message sit there and struck a chord. But if it didn't fit, don't wear it. Simple as that. Discernment. Discern that shit too. But stop falling for everything. Stop falling for everything, because you'll never get up. You will never get up. And if you keep falling, eventually your ass stay down. How many times can you fall? How many levels can you drop before you just be content with being at the bottom? It's sickening to see so many bright lights get dimmed by someone who think by someone they think is a bright light. That's wild to me. It's wild to me because I'm looking at you and you shining, gleaming, beaming like the sun hitting me right now. You shining. And the whole time you watching a dim bulb and that's just dimming you lower and lower and lower. And that's wild to me. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. And I'm not here to call nobody out. I ain't got the need for that. Nor do I need to. That's not how we roll on this side. There are a lot of people out here that really got some extreme knowledge, some extreme wisdom in them, for real. Because it's the wisdom. That wisdom is that key right there. Knowledge is everywhere. Wisdom ain't found. Wisdom is not found. Wisdom is, you just have that shit. You have that shit. You can know everything. But what does that mean? If I know how to fix cars but I ain't a mechanic, what does that do for me? If I know how to sing but I ain't a singer, what does that do for me? That's just a hobby then. I just want a lot of y'all to get up and truly be all that you truly are. Because I see you. I see all of y'all. I see all of y'all. And I'm not one of them ones that's going to sit out here and talk some humble shit because for what? What do I need to dim my light for? I don't need to dim my light for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Eventually, I'll probably get on here and share some stories about shit, but I done seen a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I done crossed so many sides. I done led dead. I done led some awake people. I done led beings. I done led galactic shit. You feel me? I have done so much. And I'm not one of them ones that's out here trying to take your money. Because that don't mean shit to me. What I'm doing is greater than that. Because once I dip out of here, I'm not coming back. I'm working on some 007 shit. I'm doing this shit here in this physical while not even being this physical. My non-physicality is overruling heavily on this physical. If I wanted to jump out this body right now, I'd probably do it just for you. Ask me what you want and I'll give it to you. Ask and you shall receive, for real. But I'm not just going to be sitting here wasting time on individuals who don't got their shit together or who's not even trying to get their shit together. A lot of people are in love with the idea of finding themselves without really wanting to find themselves. A lot of people want this, but don't really want to work for that. A lot of people want like this amazing stuff, you know what I'm saying? They want the system to be down. They want all types of shit, but not doing nothing to help. Not doing nothing to help. So, do you know how silly you sound? To the highest of high? You sound crazy. It's like, yo, I don't want to be in this house. I don't want to be in this house. I'm ready to be outside. I'm ready to be outside. When you could just walk outside. That's exactly what this is. If you don't want to participate in the shit, then stop participating in the shit. Stop saying how you ready for shit to be done, but you're not doing nothing for it to be done. Get the fuck up and do something. Come on. We waiting for you over here. I guarantee you, you're not going to be alone. A lot of people are scared. And I get it. I feel it. It's scared going into some shit that you don't know. It's scared. It's scary doing that shit, right? Because that's how it's painted. You feel like the whole world gonna just drop off, right? You feel like everything is just gonna be gone. You feel like you're gonna die if you let certain shit go. That's the trick, man. That is the trick. You feel like you'll die without the money system. So you'll complain about the money system, yet you'll continue to live and thrive off the money system, hoping and waiting for the day that the money system doesn't work anymore. With that being said, if you can't do that shit now, when it goes away, what do you do then? You panic and then you start to follow others, right? Do for you so that you can do for others. Do for you. If we all do for ourselves, we can help each other out, right? Come on, man. Come on, look. I really didn't want to come over here too long. I got way more stuff to put out. I got a bunch of notes wrote, and I'm just really trying to get that done. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Got a call. But yeah, nah. Look, all in all, I got a bunch of stuff to get out of here and put down. You know, right now this just flowed out, so you know, I'm not editing nothing. Whatever is here. That's just how it's gonna come out. Is how it's gonna go. You know, I keep it simple. I don't want to be one of them YouTube motherfuckers that be like, hey, like, share, and subscribe. But I mean, if it applies to anybody you feel that it could help, then you know that's what I'm about. If you feel like someone can benefit from hearing things like this, that's cool. Get it out. Other than that, I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't care how many people see it. I'm just putting it out. If I put it out, it's in the ether. That's boom. That's good enough for me. Hey, I love you, and I'm out.